Alright, so here's my CB300R. I have 130-ish miles already on it now. I just took another ride, second ride, put in I think 80 miles or so. So the first ride I felt it, but this ride I definitely felt it. I went a little bit faster. First ride I think I didn't rev any more than 6,000 RPMs. So this last ride here, the second ride, I was revving up at 7,000 RPMs. I think I might reach 8,000 RPMs a couple times, but I basically kept it no more than 7,000. And so basically going a little bit faster. No more than about 60 miles an hour. I don't think I passed 60 miles too many times, just like maybe a couple times only. So anyway, so both rides I was feeling a certain amount of harshness. And I was thinking, is it the damping that's bad, or what? I don't know what it is and stuff. And I believe what it is the harshness that I'm feeling is that the rear end right here, the suspension is actually bottoming out. So I actually have to adjust the preload. So that's what I'm gonna do now. But how you want to determine how much preload you want to have here is first of all, you have to have the correct spring rate. And I'm a lightweight guy and I'm a featherweight, so I should be okay with this spring rate, I think. Probably. For big guys that are like say 200 pounds, this spring rate will probably be too soft for you. But for me, I'm only fully suited up with my leathers, with my boots and my leathers and helmet and everything. I weigh less than 160 pounds, probably like 155 maybe, between 155 and 160. Depends on if I have an empty bladder and I just took a dump, and if I'm hydrated or not. Those three things that will basically make the difference, or if I'm carrying a little water bottle on the bike. So how you want to figure out your preload or measure it, since I don't know what the shock travel is, and usually lots of times how much the shock stroke is, how much you could, from its fully extended to its fully compressed, what that stroke is. But since I have no idea what it is, I have to basically measure the axle, from the axle, basically the suspension travel. So what I did was I basically measured from the axle right here, right above the axle, this flat spot right here, and I measured all the way up to pretty much right above it. If you look right above it, I measured to this line right here. This line right here on the plastic. It's kind of horizontal, so that's a good spot to look at. So basically I took my measure tape, like so. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand and one hand holding the camera. So basically where the axle bolt is right there, oops. From there I go up to where the where that line is right there, right? So so there's two measurements that you have to do. One is the suspension fully extended. So right now it's sitting on the spools, or my makeshift spools. But anyway, so the bike is sitting on on the weight of where the axle is. So you can't measure that right now. So you have to basically, what you have to do is you have to extend this thing fully. So what you have to do is you have to lift up the back end, or have someone else lift it up until basically there's no weight on the suspension anymore. So you do that measurement with no weight on the suspension, so that way it's fully extended, right? So you take that measurement, which actually I have down here. I have it as 587 millimeters, right? Then after that, you have to be fully suited up and geared up. That's why I have my gear out here. I was fully suited up and geared up. Then you sit on the bike in the riding position, fully suited up. Then you have another measurement, same spot, and see what that is. And I have that measurement as 543. So fully extended is 587, and fully geared up, the measurement is 543. So the difference is 44. So you took that difference, 44 over 107. 107 is how much travel this bike has. This bike has you know, the rear suspension has 4.2 inches. So 4.2 is basically 107 millimeters. So basically you take the difference here between the fully extended and how much sag you got. So your sag is 44 millimeters. And 44 over the amount of sag over suspension travel, total suspension travel. So after that math, it gets me to 0.41, or basically 41%. 41%. So 44 is 41% of 107. So that's too much. That's too much sag. Ideally, what you want the sag to be is 30%. So I need to basically increase the preload here. Increase this preload until my math, you know, the numbers that I get here, comes out to 0.3. You know, as close as I can just get to 0.3 anyways. So that's how you do that math. Okay. So here I'm going to show you how to basically adjust this preload, and it's easy. Unfortunately, the Honda doesn't give you the tool that, you know, to adjust this. So I have a tool from another shock, from a Hagon shock that I got from when did I get this? I had this when I had my W650, my Kawasaki W650. So I'm gonna use that. I also have a Öhlins one as well. I think they're pretty much the same, you know, same size. So I'm probably gonna try this one. You know, I think the Öhlins has a little bit more clearance, so I'm gonna try the Hagon first. If I don't have enough space in here for the Hagon, I'll use the Öhlins one. But anyway, so how it works here. I mean, this tool is like basically it's like a hook, right? And you hook it on like so, like that, and you notice that this radius on this tool here, the inside radius there, it's a little bit tight. It's tighter than the shock body is, where the adjustment is. So, but it's fine. It'll work. And I basically from here, I turn it this direction. So I'm hooking it, you know, so that way that increases the preload. And you can see the preload notches here, down here. You see the preload notches here, various spots to, yes, before you go down this, the firmer the preload is. So right now it's at the factory setting, and the factory setting there is second to the softest. So here's the softest right here, and right here's the second to the softest. So I'm gonna bring it to this spot right here, the third one, and I'm gonna remeasure everything. You know, get suited back up again and remeasure everything, and try to get as close as I can to that 30%. So it's neither gonna be here or it might be even the next one. I won't know until actually I get the numbers, you know, get the measurements in. Okay, so that's basically how you do preload. How you adjust for preload, and once you have the proper preload, you know, if your spring weight is right for your body weight, your riding weight, and your preload's good, it should perform the best that it can, giving it its limitation, you know, giving the shock suspension, the stock suspension. But actually this dampener, the valving is actually not too bad. It's you know, this valving on this 300 is much better than this 300R is much better than 300F, you know, because I used to have the 300F as well. That valving totally sucks. It's like a pogo stick. This one actually works. I can tell that it does work. You know, it's not a premium shock, you know, with the premium valving adjustment and stuff, but it does work. It's much better than what it was before. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching.